Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White 2. So, as you can see, we are currently at Undella Town. And as for this video, I'm probably going to be spending the most of my time around Undella Bay. And considering that Undella Bay still isn't exactly that big, yeah, which means this video will be really short. But anyways, everyone. Now, if you recall previously about an NPC that was just near the Pokemon Center, where she was talking about a Jellicent that shows up around Undella Bay. Well, like, here it is. Well, here it is right here. And now the Jellicent that shows up here is different. Will be different. Depending on the version that you're playing. Now since we're playing the White 2, we will of course encounter a female Jellicent every Thursday. And if you're playing a Black 2, you'll be able to encounter from male Jellicents every Monday. Yeah, it is essentially the same. So it is essentially the same ordeal as what we got with the Braviary and Metabuzz back in Route 4. And just like those two, these Jellicent will have their hidden ability damp. So if you want to have yourself a chance to actually get yourself a Jellicent with the ability damp, then that right there's how you get them. Okay, everyone. Now as for Undella Bay itself. Now, structurally, it really hasn't changed that much in terms of within the 2 years. But some of the Pokemon that used to live here have also been changed. Now, some of the Pokemon that used to live here are also different. Are actually different. Now within the prequels, you would now, just like with Undella Town, you would be able to get Wingull and Pelipper here. But however, this time around, both Frelish and Jellicent will now show up here. As well. Now, just like last time, you'll be able to get from Mantyke here, but only during the summer, spring, and autumn seasons. And as well as Mantine. If you manage to counter it during a Surf and Ripple, and then during the winter season, you'll be able to counter Spiels here, and as well as Sealeo and Walrein, if you just happen to encounter them within the ripples as well too. And then what was not here previously was that you can actually find Remorates you can still get Remoraid by fishing, but you can now get Remoraid by simply just serving this time around. So yeah, and then as well, just like last time, you'll be able to encounter Wailmer and Wailords even managed to counter them during their surfing ripples too. But anyways, oh, Starmie! Yes, there it is. Thank you, Black 2 and White 2. Thank you. Oh man, I finally, yeah, that's right. We actually, yeah, that's right. Considering that Staryu and Starmie are indeed in the Black and White 2's regional decks, which of course means I get to hear that lovely sound effect. Hopefully, well, hopefully from hopefully more like often this time around. But anyways, everyone, now as for the Pokemon that you could get from fishing here. Now, as I said, as I just said, you can still get Remoraid while fishing as well. And you'll also be able to get Chinchou as well. And you'll be able to encounter both Lantern and Octillery if you manage to fish near a ripple. Yeah. And then now while structurally Undella Bay has not changed, but however to the north side of the bay is actually a brand new cave. Yeah, now, yes, right, everyone. Now, a brand new cave that was not present before. Now, while we can go inside that cave, but however, you're not gonna go very far in because there will be a guy with his rock and roller who are gonna be blocking your way. So, if you really want to explore more of that cave, then you are essentially gonna have to enter it on the other side, and which is something that you're not gonna be able to do until much. Which is something that you're not gonna be able to do until later. So yeah. But anyways, everyone, I think, with that said, I'm thinking that's all I really have to say in terms of I think that's all I really have to say in terms of for Undella Bay at this point. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now since I am just gonna be facing off against all these trainers here, and to see if I could get a Remoraid and if I can get both Remoraid and Spiel. Alright, I may as well once again continue on with my list. Okay, everyone. So next on the list is Camerupt. But first. Oh, hello, Walrein! Holy shit! Alright, well, I was not expecting to find Walrein like this. Yeah, I was honestly kind of expecting for me to encounter Wailmer, but freaking Wailord. Wow. Oh wait, don't you also have a Spiel? Yeah, doesn't this trainer have a Spiel too? Yeah, considering the last trainer that we just fought had a Sealeo, and we just encountered Walrein. And she does have a Spiel. Holy shit, man. Yeah, so with this we've already encountered the entirety of the Spiel line already. Wow, that was surely quick. But anyways, everyone, now, back to what I was saying. Alright, but anyways, everyone, now, back to our list. Camerupt. Now, during the Hoenn series, now, while I didn't exactly get the most treatment, but it was definitely in a few episodes. And then within the Sinnoh anime, Camerupt only showed up, I believe 3 times. But then after that, Now, the only time that you ever got to saw Camerupt after that, or should I say, in between the Sinnoh anime and Journeys, I would say it was only like the second, I would say the second episode of the X and Y from Mega, within the X and Y from Mega Evolution specials. But that was really about it. But then Journeys finally gave Journeys finally gave Camerupt more screen time. But that was mostly because of the fact that Go also caught one. Yeah, that was the only reason. Yeah. And then after that, Camerupt only and also Camerupt has yet to show up once within like Horizons. Yeah, it is honestly a darn shame that Camerupt doesn't exactly get as much treatment in the anime. But anyways, everyone, now as you can see as well, yeah, now that right there was indeed the entrance to that new cave that I was just talking about. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now next up on the list is Darmanitan. Now, after Darmanitan got a plenty of episodes during the Unova anime, then it didn't show up once not even once within the Kalos anime. Then it only got one appearance within the Alola series. But then Journeys definitely brought Darmanitan back into the spotlight again. Mostly because, well, as I said about Camerupt, it was mostly because of Go actually catching one. Very early on in Journeys, by the way. Yeah. And then Darmanitan, I believe, showed up at least. I want to say like 5 times so far within Horizons. Yeah, I want to say at least 5. Yeah. So yeah, as you can probably tell, Darmanitan definitely gets plenty of episodes in the anime. Yeah, and I mean plenty. But anyways, as of one now, next up on the list is Crocodile. While Crocodile definitely got only got a few episodes within the Unova anime, and that was mostly because of Ash's. That was mostly because of Ash's Crocodile should evolve to the Crocodile. But then Crocodile only showed up once within Kalos. Then it showed up twice. Within the Alola series. And then while Crocodile got to show up a few more times within Journeys, but that was only because it was once again Ash's. But that was only once again that was Ash's Crocodile. But even then, it didn't really get to do anything important. And then within like Horizons, Crocodile is within like Horizons, Crocodile has only shown up once. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I really do wish that Crocodile got to show up more. Yeah, and as you can probably tell already, that Crocodile is definitely my all-time favorite Pokemon that is not a legendary. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I really do wish, yeah, like I say, I really do wish that Crocodile got to show up more. But at the very least, when he does show up, yeah, he usually gets the most treatment in. Yeah, I say usually, but not always. Yeah, but anyways, everyone. And with that said, yeah, since I've shown up as essentially the eternity of Undella Bay at this point, here's where I'm gonna be ending off this video. Yeah, like I said, it was definitely gonna be a short one. So, anyways, everyone, until the next one, I'll see you guys next time.